Radhe Radhe everyone. Today we are going to watch Ram Tattva Part 2 by Jagadguru Sri Kripaluji Maharaj. My humble pranams to my Gurudev Jagadguru Sri Kripaluji Maharaj for giving us the precious knowledge about Ram Tattva. And not only the knowledge for us to hear, to listen, but he has given the whole world the precious gift of the divine forms of Sri Sitaram and Sri Radhesham for all of us to meditate upon us. Now let's watch Ram Tattva Part 2. Now let us hear the second reason for God's descension. God has two forms. There are two aspects of God, one without a form and the other with the divine form and unique characteristics. There is hardly anyone amongst a trillion who is eligible to pursue formless Brahm. Supreme God, as the pre-qualification for following this path is to have absolute control on the mind. The first Jagadguru Adi Shankaracharya stated the entry criteria for those wanting to worship formless Brahm. The first word is Shant, which means a person with total control on the mind. Vedant means very humble and generous. Uparati means detached and most forbearing. It is almost impossible for material beings in the present age of Kali to possess these qualities to be able to follow the path of realization of formless God. Hence, out of His causeless mercy, God decided to descend on the earth in a human form, knowing that material beings have a form and are in the habit of loving things with a form. He descended numerous times in numerous forms as per the need of time. After he dispatched to his divine abode, he left behind his names, his forms, his pastimes, his attributes, and his abodes to help ordinary beings to think about him. Thus, it became much easier for ordinary beings to remember God on the basis of his beautiful forms, pastimes, and attributes, etc. He lived for 11,000 years on this planet Earth to open a path of God realization for ordinary mortal beings. There are some who cannot pronounce the holy name Ram due to their uncountable sins. Sage Valmiki is an illustrious example of such kind of sinners. His guru advised him to pronounce Ram Ram continuously until he comes back, but his sins did not let him pronounce the name of God. His guru then instructed him to say Mara Mara, phonetically reverse of Rama Rama. He agreed to chant it. In fact, he pronounced Mara only for the first time. Thereafter, he unknowingly chanted Ram 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 Ram. His faith in the words of his guru made him chant the same for hundreds of years. God's name decontaminated his heart and he attained the position of Brahma Rishi in the same lifetime. Thus, even the reverted name of God made him so great that the same Valmiki wrote Ramayana before Ram descended on earth. God himself sits in his name. You do not trust this statement. As soon as you have firm faith on this, you will not have to repeat Ram a million times. Pronouncing his name just once will drown you in unfathomable ocean of divine bliss. Just affirm this knowledge in your mind and attain divine bliss. God has put all his powers in his name. This does not happen in the material world. This is a speciality of God. Maharishi Valmiki made a statement that will confuse even the topmost scholars, including Saraswati and Brihaspati, the ultimate authorities of knowledge. The ultimate authorities of knowledge in every creation. He said, there is not a single living being in this world who is not a devotee of Ram. From Brahma, the creator, to the littlest bug and insect, all are devotees of Ram. The word atheist is wrong. In our interaction with the world, we find there is no dearth of people who curse Ram Krishna, whereas Sage Valmiki categorically states everyone is a devotee of Ram. So let us ask all those who do not believe in Ram, what do you wish for? What is your aim? Money? Yes. Why? Because I can buy things of great luxury. Why? All those things will give me happiness. Why do you want to be happy? That I don't know. Now ask a dog, what do you want? What does it want? Happiness. Why? I don't know. Ask Brihaspati, what do you want? Happiness. Why? I don't know. Did someone, your father or mother, teach you to wish for happiness? You disliked what was happening. You thought there is so much pain and suffering at birth. I don't want all this. I want happiness. So the question arises, what is that happiness that everybody craves for? The Vedas answer this question, God is happiness. Happiness is God. The Vedas answer this question, God is happiness. Happiness is God. Ram, Krishna, Brahm, Bhagavan, Buddha, Lord are his names. The Vedas say we are part of happiness. As such, wish for happiness. We have to. That is our nature. Even if we practice for millions of years to desire for unhappiness, we will not succeed. Since the soul is a part of happiness, soul will have to desire for happiness alone. We are looking for that happiness in this material world. Just as butter can only be extracted from milk, and it is naive to try to extract butter from limestone water. Similarly, God is happiness, and you can derive happiness only from God. Out of ignorance, you are attempting to find that happiness in this material world. If it is your wish to not listen to the scriptures and the saints and keep looking for happiness in the world, you can do so, but be aware that you will have to pay the price for this and roam around in the cycle of birth and death in the 8.4 million life forms. Whether you believe or not, the fact remains that Ram, the Supreme God alone, is happiness, Sukh, Anand, peace, satisfaction, etc. are all his names. Maharishi Valmiki said everybody worships Ram because everybody worships happiness, not just worships, but also it's actually planning and practicing for that happiness every moment. Why is he laughing? For happiness. Why is he crying? For happiness. What? These are contradictory actions. Yeah, he is crying to relieve his pain. He is sleeping. Yes, he is awake. Yes, he is speaking. Yes, he is quiet. Yes, why? The answer to every why is the same, for happiness. Because we are part of happiness. We are devotees of Ram. Now one may not call him Ram. Instead call him happiness. This is like saying he is my mother's husband instead of saying he is my father. This is ignorance. Everyone desires for happiness, hence desires for Ram. They are looking for happiness in the wrong place. There is one Brahm and one Maya. This world is made of Maya the material energy of God. Hence, there is no happiness in this world. God made this world for sustaining this body. We are not the body, we are the soul. Soul is not part of Maya, it is part of God. And it is spiritual. Soul's happiness lies only in God. This world is for the body and God is for the soul. These are two different areas. Do you ever try to listen with your eyes or see with your ears? If you do, you will be called a lunatic. Sound is the subject of the ear and vision is the subject of the eye. Similarly, God is the subject of the soul and material world is the subject of the body. This is like standing at a candy shop and asking for shoes. The shopkeeper laughs at us, saying this customer is mad. We ask God for material world. God can give us anything. However, think what a grave mistake you are committing by asking God the abode of happiness for this miserable world. Has anyone ever attained happiness in this world? As you acquire greater material possessions, your stress level and tension increase. Look at the billionaires of today's world. They have to rely on sedatives to get a few hours of peaceful sleep every night. What is the use of becoming a billionaire? What is the state of the prime ministers and presidents of the world? They are stressed out by problems. He cannot sleep, even gets proper sleep at all night. He went What to talk about presidents and prime ministers? Even ordinary politicians and senators feel threatened for their life and keep themselves surrounded by machine gun wielding security guards. Their children can also not freely venture out for fear of being killed. Is this the happiness that you are seeking? See all ordinary people freely move and around in the marketplace, eating whatever they like from wherever they like. Therefore, in this world, nobody has attained happiness till date. King Dashrath, Lord Ram's father, decided to retire to the forest to talk to the one above, to seek him, realizing that there was no happiness in the world. Even King Dashrath, who was so powerful that his chariot could move in all 10 directions, could not attain ultimate happiness with all his powers and luxuries. Today, the richest person has 50 billion. With that much money, you cannot even buy a small country like Nepal. Understand that Ram is the controller of infinite Kubers, wealthiest in the whole creation. In order to get happiness, you will have to worship Ram. You will have to realize that Bhagavan Ram is sitting in his name. Then you will have to chant the name. Then the mind will become clean. Then you will meet Ram, and then soul will become liberated from the prison of Maya. You will eternally be endowed with divine knowledge and divine happiness and will live in the abode of God. All glories to Lord of Sita, Sri Ram Chandra ki Jai. Whenever we have time, let's meditate upon the beautiful form of Sitaram and let's chant Sitaram, Sitaram, Sitaram. Or we can chant Hare Ram Maha Mantra. Thank you for listening, everyone. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.